Hi guys, it's Rach. For today's behind the tube video, I thought I would show you guys my filming setup. It's not perfect by any means, but it is what I use to film my regular beauty videos, so I thought it'd be fun to show you guys how I set up my lighting and my camera and things like that. I do film in my bedroom. The background that you see isn't set up especially for YouTube. It is just my bedroom, so I am limited to the space that I can have my equipment set up in because I also do need to use this as a bedroom and it can't look like a film studio because honestly, as it is, it's a little bit weird when people walk into my bedroom and they see a camera and lights. They start to get weird impressions about what I do in my bedroom. So I do have to try and limit the amount of space that all this filming equipment takes up. I do also try and to keep it in a way that it can be set up all the time so I don't have to take everything up and down because honestly, that takes up a lot of time, and when you don't have a lot of time to film videos, it is much easier if you can have a filming setup that can stay there permanently. It's not always possible, but if you can, that is one thing that I would recommend because it will just make it easier for you to find time to just sit down and film if you basically don't have to do much bar so turn on your lights, turn on your camera and go. I still have to do a few little things, but I've kind of got it to a point where I have it set up permanently like this all the time. I am going to film it on my vlogging camera. This is what I use to vlog. Have not used it to vlog as of yet, but so you guys know, this is the Canon S120. A lot of vloggers do use this camera, so any kind of vlog style videos, this is the filming setup, just the camera right here. But today's video is concentrating on my main channel setup, so let's get started. Okay, so I'm going to start by giving you an overview of my filming area. This is also my vanity where I store the bulk of my makeup, and if you want to see how that all goes, you can check out my makeup collection and storage video that I have on my channel. But this is how my setup generally looks when I am filming, although it's usually a lot more messy down there. In true YouTuber style, I am filming this video with my pajama bottoms on, just so you know. I felt like I had to share. I'm going to go through this in order of importance in terms of what I think you should invest your money in first. So the first thing that you should invest your money in is lighting. Obviously you need a camera to film, but the first thing that you should actually spend some money on is lighting. What I'm currently using are some umbrella lights. Ideally I'd have these separated and have them a little bit further away from the camera, but like I said, I am limited to how much space that my filming area can take up in my room, and as it is, it's already taking up a significant amount of space. These I picked up on eBay. They were quite inexpensive. I believe they're about $40-ish with shipping as well, so I'll put links to all the products that I can, exact names, things like that, in the description box below, so make sure that you check it out. So that's what they are. Those also come with the stands that they're on. They also came with some white umbrellas which do reflect slightly differently. I'm still kind of organising and trying to work out what I think is the best. But at the moment I do have the black with the silver reflective umbrellas on the lights. The globes and everything do come with them as well. I thought it'd be fun to show you guys a little bit of my lighting journey. So my very first lighting that I ever used was just this office lamp from, I think Officeworks. Is now currently being used by my sister in her bedroom. The office lamp was terrible, so the next lighting that I invested in were these soft boxes. Again, I think I picked these up off of eBay, however they were relatively expensive. I think for the two of them I probably spent over $100, so I wouldn't recommend these really unless you have a large filming space, like if you're not filming in your room. Ideally I'd like to have these behind me to light up my background, but again I don't want to have too much stuff hanging out in my room, so these are currently being stored away and maybe I will use them at some point in the future. The third lighting and what I was using up until recently were these LED panels, and I just have one of these propped up on a small tripod. I also had one mounted on the top of my camera. These were also picked up from eBay. They came from China and I think they were relatively inexpensive, maybe about $30 per one, and you got the rechargeable battery pack that goes on the back there. They did a decent job of providing just light up of the face, but you really do need other lights around you if you want to light your background and things like that, which is why I moved on to the umbrella lights. The next portion of my filming setup is of course the camera. I currently film with a Canon 600D. It's also called a Rebel T3i in America, or a Kiss X5 in Japan. All the same camera. I actually do have, mine is branded as Kiss X5 because I purchased it online so I could get it cheaper. DSLR quality videos are always going to be the best, so if you do want to invest in a good camera, I would recommend using a DSLR to shoot your videos. I'd recommend buying just the body if you can. I purchased mine in a set that came with 2 lenses, however I have since purchased different lenses to film with, which brings me to my third thing that I'd invest in, which is a new lens. The lens that I film on at the moment, this one here, is a Tamron one. I'll put the exact name in the description box below. I picked this up on Amazon, and was around $450. The real money that you'll spend on your camera is the lens prices, so if you can buy the body, like I said, buy it separately. Mine, I probably paid more because I got these 2 lenses with the camera and I don't actually use them. Like I said, I use the Tamron one, and then I also have a Canon lens 50mm one. Again, I picked this up on Amazon and I'll link to it in the description box below. This one is good for filming up close, gives you a really nice crisp and clear video. However, it doesn't zoom, so you do need to have your camera positioned in a way so that you're the right distance from it. I didn't actually start off with a DSLR camera. I started off with just a JVC, your usual video camera. This is the HD Vario. I don't know the exact name, model number of this, but this is something that I got for Christmas one year, and that was when I first started my channel. It is surprising that these kind of cameras are a lot easier in some ways to film on, but the quality just wasn't quite there. I believe it was probably a mixture of both the camera and the lighting, but it was good enough that I could definitely start filming on, and sometimes it's just a matter of using what you've got to begin with until you can afford to invest in some other products. But that's where I started, and obviously I still have it here because it was my first camera that I started YouTube on, and it's got memories. The next thing about my filming setup that I wanted to highlight is this little cord here. This comes with the camera and I can use that to connect to my laptop. You can also use it to connect it to a screen. And the Canon cameras come with free software that you can use to help you film your videos. So I have my laptop sitting here. I can go to this remote shooting mode. And what it does is bring up this thing here, which I can use to adjust the settings of my camera rather than actually doing it on the camera itself, which makes it easier if you're trying to self set up, I guess, when it's only you that's doing it. It helps you also focus your camera. So I can go to live view shoot mode here so you guys can see me now. So this is what my camera can see, and I can see it on the screen here. It is much larger rather than looking at that teeny tiny little monitor over there. And I can also use this to, if I go like this, I can focus the camera. There you go. So now it's focused on me rather than me trying to manually focus the lens up there. So it does come in real handy. I do find that this is a little bit loud, so sometimes I have to focus it and then unplug it and then just sort of film and go back and forth. But like I said, it's free and comes with a camera, which is awesome. While we're in front of my laptop, this was kind of the third thing that I invested in. I did invest in a MacBook Pro. As a PC user, I had to kind of learn how to use Mac, and I use this to edit my videos. I do have iMovie 11, and that's what I use. It's kind of taking its time to open up, but that's what I use to edit my videos. You do also need to have an external hard drive because video footage does take up a lot of space, so I use that to store, and I have actually gone through a couple of those to store all my footage and projects on movies that I'm editing, things like that. So once you've got your camera and your lighting and your editing equipment and things like that, the next thing that people do and should look at is audio. This is a recent purchase of mine. This is the RØDE VideoMic mic, and this is something that will actually sit up here on top of my camera, if I can do it. Can't because it's not working, but it mounts up there, and that will improve the audio quality of my videos. I haven't had a chance to use this properly yet because the battery is not there, but that's kind of the fourth element that I invested in. It is something worth investing in, but it's something that again you kind of build up to. It's all about adding things as you go, as you can afford them as you go along with your channel, and that way you're not trying to outlay a whole heap of money all at once. So that is my general filming setup at a glance. A few extra things that I would recommend investing in. One is a spare battery. The last thing that you want to do is when you're filming a whole heap of videos is to run out of battery. So I have two. I have one that I have charged when I start filming, and then one in the camera, and then when that runs out I can switch them over and put the other one in there. That way I always have a battery that's charging and one that's charged in the camera, and it means that I don't lose time waiting for batteries to charge. The other thing is to have extra memory cards. I use 32GB ones. When you are filming with a digital SLR camera, you do need to make sure that they are high quality so that they can capture the film. Otherwise, you'll find that after 30 seconds the camera will keep on cutting out. Ones that are rated 10 are usually good. This one can record 30 megabytes per second, which is fairly standard. And then the last thing that I have here is a remote. This didn't come with the camera. I had to buy this on eBay. Again, it wasn't too expensive, and what I can use that for is to take a photo or press record. That way I don't have to actually touch the buttons which are on the camera. You will find that depending on your filming setup, your camera may need to be set further away from you, and having remotes and things like the computer and stuff like that just make it easier for you to control the camera from a further distance away, particularly if you're a one-man shooting band like me. So that is it. That is my filming setup. I hope you guys have enjoyed being able to see a little bit more of the behind the scenes of my channel. If you have any questions at all, particularly if you do shoot videos yourself, definitely let me know in the comments below and I'll try and answer them the best that I can. Also, make sure you check out the description box because I will list all my products that I use. I'll put links to where you can buy them or general prices or things like that to try and help you guys out if there's something that I've shown you that you want to pick up yourself. Other than that, I'm going to go. Hope you guys are all having a fantastic day, and I will see you guys all in my next video. Bye!